Chào mừng quý vị quay trở lại với chương trình Nhà lãnh đạo doanh nghiệp với ông Hesselink, nhà sáng lập của công ty Gobear, một công ty chuyên về tìm kiếm, so sánh những sản phẩm về tài chính. Yeah, come back, welcome back. Okay. Do you think in Asia, especially South Asia, create more and more new opportunity for young entrepreneurship like you?
I believe so, definitely. If you see, and let's look at the demographics of Vietnam, there's a huge population and there's a huge young population, and the young people adapt new technology easily, they adapt new brands easily, and I see also the creativity coming with that, because it gives people freedom to experiment things. They can do things online what they in the past never could do.
It seems that you also launched at the same time with the Singapore and Malaysia. So how do you compare between the two markets, Malaysia and Singapore?
Singapore is more mature market. You know, people are more wealthy in average, so they have more needs for insurance and banking products, whereas Malaysia, and I would say Malaysia is between Vietnam and Singapore it's growing also rapidly, online is growing rapidly, but also the financial services sector is growing rapidly. So it's somewhere in between Vietnam and Singapore. Singapore we chose as our base also because we needed to have a pilot market where we test new products. So we develop a product, then we launch it in a market, and we need to test. The market need to be big enough. Singapore is big enough, but it's not the biggest market. You know, there are just 5 million people living in Singapore.
Yes.
So yes. All other countries are much bigger.
Yes. So regarding the economy of scales, depending on the population?
Yes and no. But you know, for 5 million people, I need to develop the same things as for 70 million people in Thailand. You know, basically the development of things is the same. But once you have developed it, you can roll out and scale up the company quickly. This technology enables us to roll out every 3 months in a new country.
When you launch a website Gobear, do you think about the language, the common language? Because, you know, Vietnamese language is different from the language of Malaysia or okay, Thai or Indonesian, okay, different. So how you think about the language?
Yeah, that language, of course, is one thing, but the culture in each country is also different. So what we have in every country, we have a country director with a local team. These people do understand the local needs of the local customer. They have also a lot of freedom to operate within the country. We set strategic goals, but how to get there, it's up to the local teams.
Before I talk to you in the studio, I have some research on the internet, and I accessed the Gobear. I think it's very simple. The technology very simple, so I can identify what is the most benefited credit cards using in Vietnam, and what banks in Vietnam I can use. So do you have any philosophy regarding the simplicity? I mean, you have any philosophy to make easy for customer, because your philosophy is a customer first, all right?
That is right, and our tagline is comparison made easy, and that is the most challenging thing, because the products are not easy, but we want to make them understandable. We want to make them to compare easy. We want to have a website that everybody can understand. And I give always as an example, my mom, she's 80 years. I always say, Mom, have a look at this website. Do you understand what you need to do? And if she understands, then I think the whole world can understand it.
Oh yeah. Her eyes okay.
Yeah, her eyes still okay.
Yeah. I myself sometimes difficult to read on the screen.
That is true. That is the limitations of the screen, but you can also have it on your desktop. Then it's bigger, of course. But the technology behind it is not easy. You know, to make things easy, we have complicated technology to make it easy.
Before you came to the Asia or South Asia, you have how you make familiar to that the culture of the region.
That's an
you read or you share.
Mostly by traveling. I was my first trip, and it was a trip I have won, was to Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, and China. It was a very big prize at that time, and I had a complete misunderstanding about what Asia was. Of course, I was extremely happy that I won this prize, but I thought, now I need to eat rice for 4 weeks. And I'm from a village where they only eat potatoes. So, but the moment I arrived here, it was so different. The people were so extremely friendly. The food was the best, much better than in the Netherlands. Then the scenery, the landscape, they were all so different than I thought it was. And the culture, you know, it's very different from our culture. But from that moment on, I was very much interested, and I came back every year to Asia. I have visited all countries, and I spent most of my traveling time in Asia. I have friends in many Asian countries since my early days of traveling in the 80s. I visited Vietnam already in 87 for the first time, and I was immediately impressed by its people, by the countryside, and about the optimism of the people. You know, they always look forward. And I came back every few years in Vietnam. I saw a lot of progress all the time. And that's what I said yesterday also during the launch of Gobear. I'm honored that I can contribute a little bit of progress to Vietnam with this new service.
Yeah, thank you. Kính thưa quý vị, vì đang theo dõi chương trình Nhà lãnh đạo doanh nghiệp với ông Andri Hesselink, nhà sáng lập của website Gobear. Xin quý vị tạm nghỉ vài phút, chúng tôi sẽ quay trở lại với phần 4 của chương trình. Xin cảm ơn quý vị.